And we are live. Thank you for joining us here today at Cruise into Curiosity. As always, I'm your girl Phoenix. We're here with two very special guests. Thank you for joining us, Saint and Nix. We will be touching today on like a variety of things, from the Bermuda Triangle to conspiracy theories about the aliens, a little bit of life events, just out there having a good hash day. So thank you guys for tuning in and hope you enjoy the show. Stay curious.
Was of something that I am not able to attach to any human capability, either from the United States or from any of our adversaries. And they saw a sequence of 4 craft in a clear diamond formation for which...
See? They watching. They watching.
This is the, let me see. This is the UFO hearing from, what is that, 7 or 1?
7.
July 26, 2023. This is supposedly this hearing. So explain this to me, guys. Like, you're saying, you're both saying that.
I'm glad we both knew.
No, explain to me. Explain to me. You gotta explain this to me. You gotta explain it to me. Explain it to me. You're both saying that there's UFOs. They're real, and basically we're not on planet Earth. Like, are we on Earth, or everything we experience is delusional? Like,
we live in dimensions.
We live in dimensions. Okay, go ahead.
Species.
I've heard people say that these aliens are just people from the future.
Now, you know what? That's believable. That part right there is believable, because you already know how I feel about knowing the future, and as far as like astral projection and so forth and on, about being able to time travel back and forth. But to go and say, like, okay, for instance, the rainbow theory, we're basically in a dome like Springfield, like The Simpsons.
That's exactly what I was trying to say. We're in a firmament. I'm not really a reader on the Bible, but I know everyone knows, read the Bible. The very first page on there mentions the firmament. You know, how above it is just water. You can't get out. We're literally...
So what about the theory that the world was flooded, turned, the ocean is previously the ground, and we are on what was the ocean?
Did you hear about the 7 horns from the Bible?
Well, it's in the Bible. You know, I've read that through and through multiple times.
It's the 7 horns that will slowly, take out the earth, but in ways that matter to us.
You know what book that is? Happens to be my favorite book. However, the aliens... Now, here's when I thought aliens and so forth and on was like, we really, really did have the real deal going on, when, I'm obsessed with the Bermuda Triangle. Okay? That I can believe. Like, I can believe that the people have gone missing, and maybe this sphere or different dimension that your theory, that we have, maybe they're in there. Maybe they're reliving that particular thing over and over. Or what if their actual lives are a different way? Like, they still carry them on. The other us's are there. I don't know. Something like that. But these aliens, like, did we see one? Did we see the spacecraft?
Anytime you see...
Did the government give us the proof, though?
They did, though.
What was the proof? This. All you showed me was the guy talking about it. I ain't see them.
People want... Listen, if you believe that, without a doubt, that we are alone...
Oh, no. We're not... I didn't say we're alone. I just want to see these things that they've been covering up. Like, tell me... Like, I want to know for sure what it is. Or is it a diversion?
It's definitely something that they're trying to distract us from.
Right. Like, that's more believable right now.
The But they're here to help us, okay?
That could be so.
They do not want us to know that they are here to help us. We're here because whether we like it or not, we're not here to build houses, live in houses.
I think we are definitely exactly. I think we are definitely on a different path than we were set to be here on.
Okay, we can't, and that mission has something to do with our higher selves. Okay?
Right. And until we reach that is when we die, or we repeat the cycle over and over again. That I believe.
These extraterrestrials are around to try to help us. Who knows? They could have. Who really knows what's really happening? They could have literally started the planet and grabbed, and how humans, black, white, Asians, we could be the aliens, but just different races. Different species.
Right, different species of alien life. Okay.
Exactly. And they brought us here on this planet to try to,
What if this is a prison?
That's what I'm saying. It could be.
What if this is a prison? What if we are a part of, what if we're the defective aliens?
Just like, yo, these ones ain't it.
These aren't the right ones, and they put us over here. What if?
Well, then.
What?
Who knows where we're in this galaxy? The Milky Way.
But what if there's a planet underneath all that gas? There probably is.
There's multiple.
If there's clouds covering a huge area, obviously there's still something below those clouds.
Did you see? All right, so this guy he has a telescope, right? That the ones that go really deep into the stars, where you can see a whole flurry of them. Literally, he took a picture on it. And the one star looked like a question mark. I swear to God, it looked like it's going right down.
Sorry about that interference.
Goodness.
But I think Jupiter would be the best planet that would be the one.
There's probably no planet in the solar system, honestly.
Yeah. Pluto has something, I'm telling you.
Most definitely, because how they gonna say
the planet, star, non-something, whatever, noun planet, quote unquote.
Planet.
Exactly.
It's just a dwarf.
A dwarf star.
I see. I don't know. And who? See, there's always got to be something wrong, because who's there to tell us how cold it is all the way over there?
Well, it is the first planet.
Yeah, but who? How do we know if it's even cold?
So bright. If it's burning so bright and you can see it from forever away, how come it's cold?
See, there's just so much things that.
Well, the makeup of the planet could be.
Did you know that we can't? It'll take years for us to see a star die.
Yes, we know that.
If it's dead, light years.
I know it, and we finally see it. But the thing is, the I don't know. My whole big thing is if we have these aliens, or proof that these aliens actually exist other than spacecraft, because let's face it, we can build some pretty nice things. We have people who are talented beyond belief. I just saw a car driving on ocean. I sent it to you guys. But at the same time, we are to believe that we finally have the government saying,
it's fake.
Oh yeah, hey, we have aliens and we've driven some crafts and so forth and on. I feel like there's something else they're trying to blindside us to. Government fly. But I'm so serious. The same way I feel about COVID. I don't know.
All right, let me tell you this.
COVID was definitely.
What do you think would happen if everybody on the planet thought something positive? The same exact positive thing. How powerful do you think? What changes?
The government wouldn't. They would not. We wouldn't have a need for them.
Right. So, what happened when everybody on the planet thought COVID was going to kill everybody? Shortages started happening. Literally, everyone went bananas. And that's with every single quote-unquote virus that they said we would have. COVID was just the biggest one because it literally went worldwide.
I think that it was mass control. It was mass control.
Once you get the people on one type of subject,
one accord,
easy to
manipulate.
That's why they want the one world government, because they can easily be like, okay, well,
this is this, and you can't do anything about it.
Exactly. That's what.
But
that's what.
Isn't there's a law?
Martial law.
If everyone agrees, we can technically overthrow the government, and they can't do anything about it because.
But that'll never happen.
Okay.
Because you know why? Anytime people get on the same page and they start to build and form that, there's always something else to throw a monkey wrench in there. You know what I'm saying? To whether it's a purposed monkey wrench, and I believe so, because why would they want us on one accord? It wouldn't serve their benefit. I don't know. I just really think like there's something more out there, and hello, they were ready to like storm freaking, what is it over there? Area 51.
And they were getting shot on sight. For what reason, we do not know.
Oh.
Right. But now you want to give up the aliens all of a sudden?
Yeah.
You're ready to kill people. Literally ready to kill them.
Literally, there was a whole thing happening for months, and then all of a sudden, news thrown at us.
Yep.
Crazy stuff happening in the world, and everyone forgot about it.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying, that there's something else going on.
That did distract them, and that actually went, which was very little. You know, they was ready to shoot on sight. Yeah.
What would you do if the aliens came down and were like, "You guys are harboring a known prisoner from our planet, but they don't know who you are, but they don't know
who the person is, so they gotta scan everybody in the world.
The person doesn't know who the person is. They just
blend in. They were able to take form of anybody. Like, would you mass turn on your family?
If the alien invasion came up to me out front of this house and was like, Captain, we've been looking for you.
Would you go?
Like,
Would you go?
If I go, will y'all leave my planet alone?
Would you sacrifice yourself for the planet?
Yeah, I'll go.
You would?
Yeah.
What about you?
No.
You wouldn't sacrifice yourself for this planet?
I mean,
what about your family's on the planet?
I have to probably be like, y'all gotta take my peeps with me.
You would take us with you. Okay, so you would sacrifice yourself to save the whole planet. And you would say, take my family and forget the planet.
Yeah.
These are my children. Yo, wow. You're the hero and the villain. I gave birth to a hero and a villain.
Sacrifice his family for the world.
However, wait, are you the villain for saying you would sacrifice yourself
I am
for the world?
I said I'm the villain.
So your sacrifice to the world for the world makes you the villain.
Yeah.
How do you figure?
I'd sacrifice the planet for my love.
Exactly.
So you would sacrifice the few for the many, and you would sacrifice yourself for the few.
No.
You just want to say you want.
Either way, I'll be fine because if they blow up the planet, we all die at the same time.
But you wouldn't. You'd be gone.
But if I left, no one would be dying. But if I stayed, we would all die at the same time. So it would be cool too.
Okay, so wait a minute. Are you the villain though?
I'm pretty sure that would probably make me more of the villain because
the world would still get to live on. So do you think you're the villain?
The villain would sacrifice. All right, so the villain would sacrifice.
Don't scratch your left hand, but go ahead.
The villain would sacrifice the world for you, but the hero would sacrifice you for the world.
So that's what you're doing. However, is your sacrifice selfish because you're so intrigued by them?
No, because look at
you thinking you're going to be some captain of the aliens.
If aliens came out with the death beam pointed at us and everything, it was like, they had to. If they wanted me, what am I going to say? Oh no, I'm not going to stay here. Their first instinct was like, oh well, we'll blow up your planet then if you don't leave.
Why does it blow up the planet?
Or take over the planet, enslave everybody on the planet.
Who's to say that them enslaving us would be a terrible thing?
Right.
Who wants to be enslaved?
But we are literally enslaved.
That's what I'm saying. But
how about their enslavement? Literally, opens our minds to much more. How about them?
But what if they started getting high off our souls? Then what?
I mean, look.
Then what? What if we were literally
their food source, their power source?
They just mess around and eat a human one day, and they're like, "Yo,
This tastes good.
this is good." Damn what? I'm like,
We could eat them. Well, the bad people. Okay, all right. So some of the bad people.
Food for
But what about when they run out of the criminals?
There's always someone bad in this world.
So, but wait, listen. How about half of the criminals? Not going to say half, but how about some of the people who are locked up for non-violent reasons,
Okay.
or maybe they were in the wrong place at the wrong time, or they were misjudged, or they were wrongfully.
well, these are aliens. I thought they're gonna.
like this,
I thought-
you're a terrible person type thing.
I thought they're gonna-
you can see into your soul.
Yeah, I thought they're gonna make us walk in a line and judge us. Just have that.
They probably have this giant scan thing
Exactly.
and be like, okay,
It probably won't even. It won't even be on things we've done. It could just be off the things we think. Intrusive thoughts.
But then we're all dead.
Yeah.
Because everybody in the world has literally had one bad thought.
Dang right.
It literally has everybody. Listen, you know how many people took a long time to act on their thoughts? Like freaking Cain killed Abel. Like all of us are born of sin. Depending on your belief, your family holds that sin until you are the rightful age of 12. Your parents hold that sin. More likely the mother holds that sin until you become of a certain age. Different religions believe that. Different practices literally go on that. When you become the age of 12, 13, you are literally an adult later. So, I mean, what about the ones that are under that age where then the parent harvests that sin and the parent gets killed later? I mean, the parent gets killed because that kid will grow up to be some mass murderer or a serial killer of some sort.
So if they have like a special gun, I could probably tell the future too.
Don't kill the origami. Like that's the other thing. What's the real proof of these aliens other than like their words? Are we seeing real live like specimens? Are we seeing what was really being done over there in the area?
We may not be seeing that, but we're definitely seeing things that we cannot explain, and you could call that extraterrestrial.
Live action One Piece.
Yes. Oh yeah, it comes out Thursday. Usa.
Right. Just a side note on Netflix coming out soon is the live action One Piece. But back to what we were saying, I don't know. I definitely think the alien vibe is just something to distract us. Yes, I definitely think it's real. However, why give us bits and pieces now?
Exactly.
Now, it's said that the first alien was noted to land, back in the early 30s, 40s, 50s, around there?
Yep.
Why tell us now?
Because their plans are almost close to ready. They need to tell us so that, like I said, they fake the alien invasion. I don't know how many times how
many times you heard of people being moved to Mars?
Yeah, how many times have you seen like you're watching a football game and the mascot, like with their editing and everything, you would see like a line or something running on the field or something like that, or like some type of special effect happening in that
Have you seen
live TV.
the footage of astronauts in space, and it's constant things that you can see the special effect editing of people pulling on pulling on harnesses,
it was NASA.
Disappearing before they actually leave a door.
Mm-hmm. It was NASA.
There's faking footage using special Hollywood effect.
We've never touched space,
and that's what I mean. What about if these things they're quote unquote showing us were not really Hollywood effects?
Then why are you just disappearing midair? Why? There's physical.
But we were not able to touch these things. They could be they could be a really well-built drone. There could be, what do you call it? We just watched, what was it, No Way Home? Or whatever? Mysterio, how he did all those effects.
That's how.
And that could be one of the things also. Like real life, focused on real life. So much of the movie industry has real life actual situations in it. And I think that What if they just used it for that purpose?
They put the stuff in front of us so they can never say they lied to us. Okay? They're like, oh yeah, you don't think aliens are real?
They didn't lie, but they didn't tell the truth either.
Then they're gonna say no one asked.
Or they just didn't pay attention to people who did ask.
That's right. They killed the ones that did.
So basically, anyone who's questioning real or reality, is in danger.
Yeah.
One.
Everyone's always in danger.
Two, anybody who is following suit with, okay, great, there's aliens. What? They're just pawns, we're saying? They're just pawns?
The ones who already knew are the ones,
But it is what it is, honestly. I don't.
Are you further intrigued by the aliens now that they said there's aliens, or do you not think about it anymore?
I really haven't thought about it.
It's always
still conspiracy theory, because if the government's saying it, it's probably fake.
Exactly. Yeah. I just it's more for those other group of people who see this all as kind of
And I highly doubt that everyone in the world will collectively agree, let's worship a god that seems to be good for the planet. No, everyone's always expecting someone can always be like, no, that didn't happen, that's not right, that's not how I see it. I'm not doing anything about that, because everyone has their own point of view. Not everything someone does is okay to someone. Someone's always like, no, we don't like this, and we can, people can all collectively agree, let's get this person out of our planet. I don't care.
Kind of like the witch trials and so forth and on. If we don't agree, let's burn them at the stake. Let's hang them. Let's kill them. Let's
hope this new guy is as merciful as.
So with the alien theory,
can't be all powerful and all good.
With the alien theory, what about God?
God?
Yeah. So if God or the gods of the heavens and the earth, what if they're the aliens?
They could quite possibly be.
The Anunnaki. In that interview, they said, and you can literally watch the whole thing. They said one of the bodies that they found, where they were kind of
exceptional.
No, surprised on how it looked, because it looked almost human-like. They weren't expecting, they said, if you were expecting green, and
big head, big eyes.
Why do we expect aliens to look
scary?
Different, honestly.
Because
why do we expect them to look different when, people all around the world look similar to other stuff? There's different breeds of all types of stuff on this planet, and yet we're confused about other stuff that could look like us.
You have to
it's not.
We're focused on the aliens, but the real aliens everyone knows the reptiles that live amongst us, which literally dates back inside the scriptures in the pyramid of giant lizards helping us.
Yes, but
snakes,
there's a whole bunch
the
of
anacondas, so forth and on.
Why do they worship cats?
There's so much proof of little documentaries and interviews with massive celebrities.
They're still finding a whole bunch of pyramids and stuff throughout the world
because we shifted the world. The planet shifted. Right, this used to be the ocean.
The planet that
they said it's not Atlantis.
It's not this one. It's not this one at all.
So you don't think this is the original planet?
No, we probably.
Well, the Bible says the world has been remade multiple times.
We probably contaminated our original planet, and
So I believe this may be the original globe. I think it was destroyed and made over, but during that makeover, this side flooded everything from this side, and then it turned.
The world.
It shifted sphere. It turned upside down multiple times.
How I think about it is, all right, this world right now, all right, I don't know which dimension we're in, because we literally change it all the time. But they add the 5G towers.
You're in a different.
When we add the 5G towers, that has something to do with frequency. Frequency is something that all humans have.
Mm-hmm.
All humans have. The way to heighten that is to add these towers, right? Once you add these towers, we're shifted into a different dimension, okay? So another dimension...
we're closer to something else.
It's like purgatory, for example. There could be a whole other type of situation happening right now in a different dimension happening right next to us right now. It could be other people in this room, in this house, decorated differently, but we could be their ghosts. You know what I'm saying?
I understand that.
We're in that frequency. They didn't get to that frequency yet, because every single time it happens, we move.
Everything happens differently. Let's say someone
Like the astral projection
someone
world.
died in this universe, but in their reality, they're seeing themselves as if they survived that incident.
You see?
Or something that incident never happened.
And I understand that, and I tried to explain that to you guys before, as far as I felt, and I still feel that, like the astral projection, or for instance, like my dream. I saw it a different way. I don't feel it was a dream. I feel it was a reality. Maybe in that previous reality, it happened differently. Like, you know, like with you guys' dad. Like, I'm so serious.
Wait.
You know what I'm talking about.
What?
It was my offcoming, but it was his. And that was a different reality. And I literally still feel that.
When you remember something, why don't you see it in first person? You see it in third person, as if you're watching yourself do it.
Exactly.
Because
You're watching someone else.
When you sleep, that's your body's
Leaving
closest form to death. That it will
and I don't think it's to death. I don't think it's to death. I think it's to a different reality.
That's what I'm saying. That's what it is. Okay, it's literally when you're sleeping, your body enters this conscious state of death. Okay, that's why when you die in a dream,
bouncing around.
Right.
It's your soul
I think it's a project. Yes.
And you're traversing through multiverses. Because I mean,
this is why if you die in your sleep, people have heart attacks in their sleep, they are at a place that is so heightened and things happen. We can't always see what these happen. This is why they say if you're alive, if you're awake, you can't sleep at night. It's because you're awake in someone else's dream.
Hey. Ever have that dream? You just randomly feel like you're falling?
It's because it's happening. Some people hit the ground and that's why they don't wake up.
I like to think every time we wake up, we died inside that dream.
And what about the one I told you, like with my mom and what I thought was you, but it was probably your brother?
One of my favorite topics to talk about because because it goes back to like how everyone like has like their own type of mission in the world and everything like that. And say your mission wasn't done yet. Say you're out and you have a near-death experience, and then this connects to multiverses also. Wonder if you're going down and you have a near-death experience. Everyone gets that heart rushing,
right
thing. But say in that instance you die, but we don't know what death is yet. Okay, so as soon as what do they say when you die? You see your light
flash before your eyes.
Yeah,
right.
To live, watching your whole life.
You literally, if as soon as you have that near-death instance, that near-death situation, your consciousness just switches into that other, world or whatever you want to call it, multiverse, in an instance, in that quick instance where you probably died in that last universe you were just in,
right?
But in this
you spirit jump,
and you know they say in different multiverses, in different universes, everything is different,
right?
Whether it could be big or little,
right?
But in this situation that you were just in, the only thing that changed is you not dying, and from what just killed you,
right?
That's what I like to think about it when multiverses.
So basically, a part of you did die,
but
somewhere else. That's why. Right.
And I know that's true because I just got chills as soon as you said that.
I can see like your hair standing up on your arm.
And I know that has to be the truth because my hair just stood up.
You yourself know what has truly happened, despite if you know it or not.
Next time you have a deja vu instance, look around and see how you could have just died.
Have you ever had a dream where something happened, you're just like, oh, it's just a dream, but then later on it happens?
Hello, that's what we're talking about. Yes.
That happened to me.
When you get
I was like, wait a minute, I've been here before.
Things happen more when you start to reach your max height potential.
When you could literally make your entire day happen just by the
manifestation.
Those random thoughts that you get inside your head where you don't even think, like you're just sitting there somewhere, the random thought pops in, but it just leaves. Those are the ones that come true. And it's a hard way to control it, but like you could say, oh, what if I run into this person? And then the thought leaves your head automatically. And then that day or tomorrow, you literally run into that person.
Will.
I think
The power of will.
When we saw Joe, I literally
We said it all to each other. We all said it to each other.
I was like, yo, I really just said this in my head. What if we run into Joe?
We all said it. I literally said, when we were talking to Nora, I was like, oh, that would be the worst thing. And then we said, well, are we going to say anything, or are we just going to have to let nature take its course?
Yep.
And then as we turned the corner, I was like, what the hell? Like, there he was. On a sidebar, I miss my Hummer. Do you guys miss the Hummer? Definitely. I was like, yeah. Oh my God. But go ahead. that was a perfect prime example.
Source is weird.
The universe.
You choose your own path, whether you realize it or not.
You really do. You literally make your own path happen. It's crazy.
I think that there are so many people in the world that refuse to believe or acknowledge that we have more strength in the mind than
scared.
Scared. They don't know how. Every time when they did, they literally do what they do now, and we're called crazy. That's this
could be. This could be because so many people that were, having either the sight or, being able to, I don't know if you want to say a seer, a visionary, or a person that just has that knowledge. Yeah, they were feared. But that was, throughout all of history.
And there's people that still don't believe it, though, because, what if they were to believe it then? Then they'll probably.
But that can't be their fault, though, because even if you look at a 60-year-old man who literally is as hard-headed as anything, won't believe anything we just talked about. That's not his fault. It's his
upbringing. Exactly. It's his upbringing.
And their upbringing before them.
Right. And you guys are open because I didn't shut your minds.
Where every person who thinks like that, somewhere down the line, a roadblock happened for them to think opposite from that. And it's you don't think that by yourself.
We come from a line of these visionaries and seers, and I have always left you guys open and had you embrace this, whether it was through other family members or conversations ourselves together, and past it. Well, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about, but I never shut your minds. You guys may have friends that will be like, oh, no, this, where you have seen for yourselves different things.
Man, I'm telling you.
Exactly. We have had really traumatic events that are completely unexplained.
Someone was definitely dancing. A little boy was definitely dancing in the upstairs bathroom.
And he was dancing here.
Someone was dancing in the upstairs bathroom. In fact, you definitely saw someone in that.
You yourself, Saint.
When we first moved here, me and Taj.
She almost made me cry that day. Oh,
me and Taj had fixed the light in my room because I dropped it by accident trying to screw a new one in. And, we're over here trying to clean it up and fix it and whatnot. And Fatty comes running upstairs like, y'all guys are crazy. You almost scared the life out of me. And we're just like, what do we do? Dustpan, broom. What do we do? And she's like, you guys were someone was in the bathroom just now, just peeking their head through the window. Because we didn't have the curtain.
I remember. It was when we were pulling up, and I was like, what the hell are they doing in the window?
Tears in her face.
Fatty goes, I was like,
because we took a picture. We literally took a picture of you guys in the bathroom. And I'm like, what are they doing? Why? I was like, but how are they standing? That's what it was. I was like, how are they standing like that in the bathroom? And I said, go in there and tell them that people can see them in the window.
And we're like, Mom, ain't it? And Fatty was crying. She's like, you guys are messing with me, right? I'm like, Fatty, we're not messing with you. We were just like, we gotta go. We're going. We're heading out. We went home. We went to, finish packing up our other stuff. We left.
Or what about when I was standing there and I thought it was one of you guys, and I took the picture and I showed you guys the picture of the person standing right here. And we were all like, are you serious?
Wait, did I ever tell you about when I was chilling on my bed the one time, just sitting on my phone, and in the reflection of my eye, I see, like, let's say you're sitting over there, you're on my bed. I see something like, I'm seeing it, and when I turn, it drops. I'm like, Fatty, you're so funny. Like, I didn't even see you come in yet.
I definitely do think there's like a little child living in this house.
And I don't even think
Levi's toys just go on randomly sometimes.
Yes, but I don't think it's this house.
I'm so serious.
It's us. Yes, and that's what I was going to say. It's us.
Why is it every house we go to?
Everywhere we have ever been, and it's not.
Remember when we were chilling randomly and we heard a grandfather clock?
Right.
And then we heard the piano, and we're just like, no one's downstairs.
But what about in our other house? You guys, it never wanted y'all. It never wanted y'all around me in my bedroom.
Maybe.
It never bothered you. It never bothered you. You literally got scratched up, like beaten in my room.
Bug never.
No, they always came to her at night.
Oh yeah, Bug had the.
They always gave her like horrible vision dreams.
But I was chilling. I passed out.
Fatty, I literally have pictures of it playing with Fatty, lifting her hair up and everything.
Wait. Do you, Mommy? Because you have the picture from the cameras of that house.
Yes.
Me and Fatty went downstairs the one time because I think we were headed to the kitchen for food. But while we were running down steps, all of a sudden, Fatty goes, she goes, There's a guy sitting right there. I'm like, Fatty, I didn't see anything.
And he was in my room. He kept going in and out my room.
We're just like, Mommy. She goes, oh my God, the cameras, pictures, silhouette of the guy.
Yeah, remember, he kept standing over me in my room.
I just got chills in my body.
He would always be, him and a little girl were always with me.
Or my closet.
Yes.
My closet.
Yes.
I always had nightmares, and the room was always. There was something always happened if my closet was closed, and I was like, "Keep it open." It's better that way, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't get bothered. I have no effect over the closet, and then Mommy closed it the one day. I'm like, Mommy, I'm opening this door.
Yeah.
Quit doing that. You're messing with whatever excuse this is.
But yeah, you would be in my bed and. You'd be scratched up laying in my bed, like literally like werewolf scratches unless I was there.
Or the picture of you catching the ghost moving frame by frame.
Literally, the camera catching it frame by frame over me.
End of the bed. I was sleeping the one day and I thought it was Binks. But I felt something, like, I'm sure you had that experience as well.
Yes.
You're sitting on your bed, and all of a sudden
someone sits at the edge of your bed or something.
Oh my God.
Yes.
And you're just like, you turn over, it moves, and you're just like, wait a minute.
My bed used
to shake. Everyone's bed did.
Yes. All of our beds shook.
And you were laying calm.
You would hear it hitting off the frame.
Yes.
And I was over here thinking. I remember one time laying down and it was happening. I just one time just ignored it. And what you just said of someone sitting on my bed, I literally saw the imprint of someone like slowly sitting down.
Yes.
Just the orange blanket. Leaks orange blanket. Of slowly someone sitting down, and I just got up and I was like, okay, this is.
Everyone, we were just like, then why are the beds? I thought it was crazy.
But that's the thing, guys.
I was like, okay.
Or what about on the staircase? All the ones that are in the camera as well on the staircase. Or even the living room. Even the living room with the mirror and everything. I'm serious. It's not the houses. It literally is us because it's been at every state.
Or maybe.
Any state we've been in.
Or maybe we're just powerhouses to whatever's already in the house.
Right. What if we're like conduits?
We're just like.
We exactly like we
more powerful.
And you know what else? You said this earlier in this year. It was you who said this. We're never always. It's very rare that we're ever in the same room together.
And weird stuff always does happen.
And when we're all together, phenomenons like take place like crazy. Even in above, we always. And you said it earlier this year. Where we were, the mall. I sent a picture to you. I sent the picture because it was never that you guys all always show up around each other, let alone to me. And one by one you came. I think you came first. And then
Buck was there and then Fatty showed up.
Right. And it was like,
we're just like,
no, even you. I think Brett drove you.
oh, yeah.
Right. You accidentally showed up, happened to be there. It was all an accident that you guys were all there. And he never wants to go. It was literally an accident that you guys all showed up because you literally weren't coming.
I didn't even know you were there.
Exactly.
I was just like, oh, they're not here today. We should be fine.
And I wasn't supposed to be there.
I don't have to say hi.
I went in for Bug because I wasn't even supposed to be there. And then she showed up, and then Fatty showed up. You showed up, and then you showed up.
It was like,
and then
this is weird.
Yeah, and then you were like, oh my God, something bad's going to happen because we're never in the same spot at the same time, accidentally like this. And then not even a day later, we got a bad phone call. I literally believe it's us.
Well, you gotta deal with
We're the freaking Michelsons.
We're gonna go to each part of the world and just stay with each other.
No, you know what's gonna happen then? Something's gonna happen that's gonna bring us all together in one spot randomly. We're gonna be like Paris, France. Paris and France are the same. Paris, London.
Well, you're the same continents. We basically have to go away.
All places that we just like.
The four corners, north, south, east, and west. We have to go.
Just like. Hey,
I'll stay in the middle.
I got a croissant. I just like food. I like both. I don't mind that.
But that's the thing. You guys are all, I don't know, like, think about it. Literally, think about it.
Have you ever seen, wait, I know we just drifted from the subject, clearly.
Yes, we definitely did.
Subject clearly, but have you ever seen the satellite photos of, like, Google Earth, and if you zoom in into the ice at, like, Antarctica or something,
yes,
you see things inside the ice, but we've never been there. Like, it's always frozen over, so how is ships and stuff frozen underneath of it? How are we finding frozen, like, places?
I can't come closer.
How do we have over 100 satellites in quote-unquote space without drifting off that could see every single part of the planet that don't run out of fuel, don't die, and is not attaching, like I said, to drift off? They don't have no fuel.
It's charged by solar electricity.
Yeah.
Right. But in space, how are we,
exactly.
they should be drifting.
Exactly. Why is it just standing in one place? It's not charged by any fuel. Unless someone's getting paid $250 million.
And with all the rocks and everything and debris floating around in space and everything else.
Exactly.
Why are they not damaged constantly?
Exactly. Why don't we exactly?
Gives more to the dome.
Have you ever I don't know what had happened that year, but it was the year one of the drones on a different planet had shut down and it sent a heartwarming message, and everyone was distracted by that, and it was
other shit happened. Well, this has been a really, really, really good conversation. I love talking to you guys. I literally miss it. I'm so serious. I miss having you guys
have us in the same room. Fatty and Bug, we skeptics.
I understand what you're saying. Skeptics.
We sitting there just like, see what you talk about. We see the same stuff. We really do.
Yeah.
And this is I take such, like, you don't even know how it warms my heart, because it's like having the four of you guys with, like, such, I don't know, like, just your own way of thinking, but it all signals down to the same. It's phenomenal. And it goes for more to say how people can say, well, I have so many different kids, even if you're raised by the same person who I taught you all the same exact thing, it literally is on you to do or think your own exact separate ways. Even though you were all taught the exact same, practices, whether it be religion or earthly or, spiritually, you guys all, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just phenomenal. I love it, and I love you guys. And I think the power is us. And I think the the older and the more grounded you guys become, I definitely think like it. Yeah, it shows.
It got really quiet.
It did, like a hush. With that being said, I just do want to touch on the fact that I told you guys you couldn't have any pets unless the pets found you. A lot of people, like, I've been mentioning this to them.
What else is a rare one?
But this is not our first to find us. The first was Mau Mau. She found us in a roar in the rain, in a thunderstorm roar. Remember, we thought someone was like going nuts outside. We opened the door and it was this black kitten. That was how many years ago? She stayed until an incident occurred with you. And she did what she needed to do and left. The same. I said to you, you asked for another pet. And I said, we'll never get another cat unless it's what? I said,
albino.
A pure albino finds you. Literally said that to you. And like, you know how rare they are? And what happened? One found you. I literally said, Bean and Fatty were talking about another pet. And I was like, no way, it's not happening. Forget about it. What happens?
I had peeked out my
Twin
hearing
flames.
And I'm like, oh, it's 2 kids. I lured them in.
Twin flame kittens, black, find you. Like on our doorstep. Like, come on. Like the things that take place with us are literally like just shows of, I think they're gifts. Definitely gifts.
They were sent from somebody.
I do believe that. I think they're gifts. And I think that, listen, that's going to be a topic for another day. But, you know, thank you guys for tuning in to Cruising to Curiosity with Phoenix and Friends. And, stay curious. Stay curious. Stay curious. Stay curious.
Nah, just kidding. Alien takeover. But on the real, thanks for joining us at Cruising to Curiosity. Have a great day.